Okay, good morning. Committee on Transportation has a hearing, 10:30 agenda. It's February 2nd. We're in conference room 423 at the Hawai'i State Capitol. Okay, Happy New Year, everybody. Hipa Choi. Okay, so I'm just going to read a few housekeeping things. Okay, so in order to allow us as many people to testify as possible, there will be a 2-minute limit per testifier. Because morning hearings must adjourn prior to the noon floor session, not all testifiers may have the opportunity to testify. In that event, please know that your written testimony will be considered by the committee. Please keep yourself muted and your video off while waiting to testify and after your testimony is complete. The Zoom chat function will allow you to chat with the technical staff only. Please use the chat only for technical issues. If you are disconnected unexpectedly, you may attempt to rejoin the meeting. Okay? If disconnected while presenting testimony, you may be allowed to continue if time permits. Okay? And we're not responsible for any bad connections. Okay? In the event of a network failure, it may be necessary to reschedule the hearing or schedule a meeting for decision-making. In that case, an appropriate notice will be posted. Okay, please avoid using any trademarked or copyrighted images. And please refrain from using profanity or uncivil behavior. And the chair of housing will get on you for that. Okay? All right. Such behavior may be grounds for removal from the hearing without the ability to rejoin. Okay? Got it, members? Got it. Everybody on Zoom world? Okay. All right, let's proceed with the hearing. Okay, House Bill 1412. Members, there are a series of abandoned vehicle bills. Okay, here's the first one. Okay, House Bill 1412. Okay, up first, we have Yukile Sugimura, Council Member, Maui County Council. Okay, in support, Eason Chalk, okay, Council Member from Kauai. Okay, in support, Heather Kimball, Council Member from County of Hawaii, District 1.
Good morning, Chair. Thank you. And good morning, members of the committee. If it's okay with you, Chair, I would like to just voice my support for the 3 abandoned vehicle items at one time. So 1412, 1413, and 1414. That's okay. Great. Thank you. I just wanted to also thank Rep. Illigan for introducing these 3 bills. The abandoned vehicle issue on the neighbor islands is a significant public health and safety hazard, both for our human community and for the natural environment. And coming at this from the angle of the council side, from the county side, what we're really needing is a set of tools that both deal with the regulation side as well as the financial side. And what I really like about these 3 bills is that they very succinctly and clearly address some of the key issues that we've seen that have produced a lack of clarity around some of the laws with abandoned vehicles, and also provide some financial angles, tools for us to use, particularly to address the frequent offenders. So, we do see that many of these abandoned vehicle issues are tied to the same individuals again and again. So from the county side, we're very supportive of these 3 measures. And again, thank Representative Illigan for bringing these forward on behalf of our county and the state. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, thank you, Council Member. Okay, up next we have Charles Prentice. Okay, with comments, Barbara Dalton. Okay, in support, Alan Bartolome and John Begg. Okay, both in support. Okay, members, we do have late testimony. Office of the Mayor, Hawaii County, Mayor Mitch Rock. And support, Okay, Mayor Victorino, on behalf of the Hawaii Council of Mayors. Okay, also in support. Okay, Tamara Farnsworth.
Aloha, is it my turn to testify?
Yes.
Okay, mahalo. Aloha, mai kako. My name is Tamara Farnsworth. I am with the County of Maui Environmental Protection and Sustainability Division. I am testifying on behalf of the Department of Environmental Management. We house the Abandoned Vehicles Program. I also personally managed that program for 5 years. I am testifying in strong support of all three of these bills. As previous member testified, these do support some very key issues with abandoned vehicles. As we all know, it's a big problem on all of our islands. Pardon me, I am ill today, isolated. My details are in my written testimony, but I did want to thank Chair for working with the counties directly on drafting this legislation and allowing us to make comment and get a draft put forward that we are ready to implement and enforce, and allow us to comment on all of the concerns. And so I really appreciate the opportunity to have done that, and the ability to feel absolute strong support for all these drafts as written. Like I said, I have an illness, but it was really important for me to show up today because I do believe that these measures will all really allow us to make a dent in the problem, particularly HB 1413, which is addressing the registration and licenses and putting a hold on them. I think this is going to be very, very effective in both holding accountable, obviously financially, as well as deterring folks from abandoning their vehicles. And the other two measures, HB 1412 and 1414, will help us to address sort of these individual issues that we have to deal with pretty
Hi,
frequently.
Tamara, sorry.
Thank you.
We do impose a 2-minute time limit, just so we have time for everybody. But
Okay,
we
no
appreciate
problem.
you coming on, even though you're a little sick. But could you wrap up, please?
Yes, I just want to offer my thanks and gratitude. Again, strong support for all three of these measures. Mahalo nui.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, up next we have Nola Miyazaki, St. County of Honolulu. Okay, in support. Okay, Lava Rock Farm, Mark Schultes. Okay, also we have Samantha Richardson Gomez, TK Worsig, Judith Ann Tang, Margaret Goodhart. Okay, all in support. Patty Cook, Paul Montague, Bob Ernst, Ralph Boyer. Okay, all in support. Any others wishing to testify that I might have missed? Okay, seeing none, members, any questions? Okay, no questions. Okay, thank you very much, members. Let's move on to House Bill 1413. Okay, the second of abandoned vehicle bills. Okay, this allows the Director of Finance of a county to require payment of outstanding charges and fines owed to the county relating to the disposition of an abandoned vehicle within the county by the registered owner of the AV. Okay. Okay, up first. Okay, County of Kauai, Reiko Matsuyama. Okay, in support. Councilmember Yukile Sugimura of Maui. Okay, also in support. Okay, Councilmember Kimball.
I'll just stand on my previous testimony. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, Todd Riley Sr. Okay, Barbara Dalton, Alan Bartholomew, and John Begg, all in support. Okay, members. We also have some late testimony from Mayor Mitch Rock of Hawaii County. Okay. Tamara Farnsworth again, County of Maui. Okay, Mayor Victorino as
Prior
HCOM
testimony.
president. Oh, sorry. Tamara, you,
Standing on my prior testimony, strong support of this bill. Mahalo.
okay, thank you. Okay, again, Mayor Victorino, HCOM president, on behalf of HCOM. Okay, in support, Nola Miyazaki, State County of Honolulu, Samantha Richardson Gomez, TK Worsig, Brian Jordan. Okay, all in support. Okay. And several other individuals that also testified for the previous measure, all in support. Okay, any others wishing to testify on House Bill 1413? Okay, members, any questions? Okay. Seeing none, let's move on to the next measure, House Bill 1414. Okay. This looks at a tiered fine system for repeat offenders that abandon vehicles. Okay, up first, we have Yukide Sugimura, council member, Maui County. In support. Okay, council member Heather Kimball.
Yes, thank you, Chair. Again, in strong support, standing on my previous testimony. Mahalo.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, Todd Riley Sr. and John Begg, individuals both in support, as well as Barbara Dalton. Okay, members, late testimony again from the mayor of Hawaii County, Mayor Mitch Rock. Okay, HCOM president, Mayor Michael Victorino. Okay, Tamara Farnsworth. In support. Okay, Nola Miyazaki, State County of Honolulu. And members, a handful of individuals that testified on the previous two measures. Okay, all in support. Okay. Any others I might have missed wishing to testify? Okay, seeing none, members, any questions?
I have a question.
Yes. Okay, Rep. Nakamura.
Maybe this can go to the, well, we'll see, whoever can answer it. The blanks on the fines, I was just kind of curious what, what the thinking is about where you would start in terms of the amount of the fine. What maybe the author can answer the question.
Vice Chair, if you want to go ahead.
Sure. Thank you, Rep. Nakamura. So currently the fines are blanked out on this bill. And in the abandoned vehicle program, the fine is actually no more than $1,000. So what this intention is to target repeat offenders. And so what we plan to do is make sure that the fines increases to around $250, maybe $500, maybe $750. But we want to make sure it's in the range of the same previous fine for abandoned vehicles. So if you're asking for the range, it would be definitely no more than 1,000. But these fines would be on top of that.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, members, any other questions? Okay, thank you very much. Let's move on to the next measure. Okay, House Bill 2382 related to tow truck pricing. This would adjust charges and fees and establishes cleanup charge and documentation fee. Okay, up first, we have Steve Levins, BCCA, OCP.
Good morning. I'm Steve Levins from the Office of Consumer Protection. I'd like to stand on the written testimony in opposition and point out particularly grave concerns regarding any addition of phantom charges such as cleanup fees and documentation fees. The business is going to be charging consumers all these so-called ancillary costs associated with doing business should be in the final charges that they included in the final charges that they pay, that they charge consumers. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Steve. Okay, Mike Onofrieri, Hawaii Insurance Council. Okay, members with comments. Okay, Tim Dayton, GM for Geico. Okay, members in opposition. Okay, members, I believe that's the only testimony we have. Any others wishing to testify? House Bill 2382. Okay, seeing none, members, any questions? Okay, seeing none, let's move on to the next measure. Lane to Highways, House Bill 1632. Okay, this would set weight limitations for tour operators and rental vehicles on certain highways on Maui. Okay, establishes user fees, among other things. Okay, up first, Councilmember Michael Molina, County of Maui. Okay, and support Yukile Sugimura, Councilmember, Maui Council. Okay, also in support, Chair Alice Lee, okay, Maui County Council. Okay, and support, okay, Councilmember Shinesi, East Maui County Council Member. Okay, also in support. Okay, members, we do have late testimony from DOT. Director Jade Butai. Okay, members with comments. Okay, oh, Deputy.
Hello, Chair, Vice Chair, and members of the committee. It's Niffin from Hawaii Department of Transportation. We send our comments, just working through the issues with federal highways. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Deputy. Okay, up next, we have some individuals, Mary Ann Kahana. Okay, in support, and Claudia Kalaola. Okay, also in support, members, we have the testimony from the Hawaii Transportation Association. Okay, in opposition. Okay, any others wishing to testify? House Bill 1632. Okay, members, any questions? Yes, Chair Nakamura.
I have a question for Ed Sniffen with SDOT. I don't know if I saw your comment. So are you in support or oppose this bill?
We're not in opposition. We're trying to make sure that the bill works with the federal highways requirements. So since the discussions that we've had last year, we've been working with federal highways to see if tolling is actually allowed on the system. We're working through 4 issues that allow a technical nexus to potentially allow tolling. Now we're trying to look at the impacts of tolling on the system. So if it's allowed, if we can tie tolling to a project, like a bridge replacement or the like, if we tie it to that project, we're trying to see what kind of impacts we'd have on that system. Does it now invalidate all federal highways monies going into that system from now on, or to that bridge itself? Does it restrict the funding that comes through that tolling to specifically that facility and the like? It's a complex issue that we're trying to work through with federal highways, and I wish I had the answers so I could come out and say we support or not, but we don't have it yet. So we'd love to have the conversation continue so we can continue this conversation with federal highways and come to a resolution.
Thank you very much.
Okay, members, any other questions? I have a quick question, Deputy.
Yes, Chair.
Do we currently collect these types of user fees that are in the bill at this time?
We don't, not currently.
Okay. Is there any current or near future plans using possibly IIJA money regarding bridge replacement? No, because that's basically the nexus of the genesis really of this bill, was to address some of the concerns there.
Yes, so Chair, we have 6 bridges on the highway that we're currently going through design on that we're replacing. That's already targeted and could potentially be the technical nexus for a toll on that facility. Some of the issues, as I said, we're working through is, can we toll the facility or is it just per bridge? Those are complications that are in that federal law that we have to work through.
Okay, appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Members, any other questions? Okay, seeing none. Thank you very much. Let's move on to the next measure. Okay, House Bill 1688. Okay, relating to the registration of vehicles, subjects rental car vehicles to the same registration fees as others. Okay. Up first, we have the mayor of the county of Kauai, Mayor Kawakami. And support, Reiko Matsuyama, County of Kauai, Finance Director. Okay, also in support. Okay, Mike Tahilig, Managing Director, County of Kauai.
Good morning, Chair, members of the committee. My name is Mike Tahilig. I'm the Managing Director for the county, and just wanted to stand on say that we do stand on the written testimony. Mayor Kawakami wishes he could have joined. He was planning on being here in person this morning, but came indisposed at the last minute on another matter. But we are in strong support of the measure. We appreciate the chair's leadership in helping to introduce the bill, as well as the collaboration we've had with different partners, both in our private and public sectors on Island, and trying to address many issues relating to tourism-related traffic congestion. And we believe that this bill helps to hit a first step in trying to make inroads in that issue. So we again thank the committee, for hearing the bill, and I'm available for any questions should there be any. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Very nice virtual background there, Managing Director. Okay, up next, we have Enterprise Holdings.
Good morning. Good morning, Chair Aquino, Vice Chair Ilagan, members of the committee. Nice to see you all today. Mihoko Ito on behalf of Enterprise Holdings. We stand in support of the bill. This measure is a result of some work we've been engaged in the interim, talking with Kauai County and others to figure out ways in which the industry can partner with the counties to address tourism-related traffic congestion. And this was a great collaborative effort. The bill would do 2 things. It would make the fee for U-Drive vehicles the same as all other vehicles, and also would expand the use of the fee to allow it to be used for tourism-related traffic congestion. Happy to answer any questions, but we are in support of the bill. Thank you.
Thanks, Mihoko. Okay, up next, we have Tax Foundation of Hawaii, Kamiyama Chika. Not present. Okay, with comments. Okay, members, we do have late testimony from Mayor Victorino, County of Maui. And support, and Jim East of Hertz. Okay, also in support. Any others I might have missed wishing to testify? Yes, seeing none. Members, any questions?
Chair, I'm sorry, I had a difficulty turning on my camera there. May I just make a comment?
Oh, council member, please.
Thank you. Yes, I apologize. I was unaware of this bill, but and I'm glad that it was brought to my attention. I have to be sitting in. Reviewing it quickly, I would also be in support of this measure. I'm very pleased to hear about the collaborative effort that went into this. But thank you to those who introduced it. And on behalf of Hawaii County Council District 1, we would be in support. Mahalo.
Okay, thank you, council member. Okay, any others wishing to testify? Okay, seeing none, members, any questions?
Sorry, just a real quick one.
Okay, Rep. Nakamura.
I just wanted to find out, does anyone know how much by increasing this fee, how much revenues would be generated? Roughly.
Good morning, Rep. Nakamura. Just in response, Kauai County right now only charges half the fee that is allowed for the non-impacted vehicles at the $10 rate. So, we charge $5 beyond the U-Drive vehicles. And right now we're generating a beautification budget of, approximately $250,000.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, members. Any other questions? Okay, thank you very much. Okay, moving on to the last measure, House Bill 1686, going to digital identification. Okay, this would require DOT to establish and implement a digital ID pilot program. Okay. Okay, up first we have Common Cause Hawaii, Sandy Ma.
Good morning, Chair, Vice Chair, and members of the committee. Sandy Ma for Common Cause Hawaii. We provided written comments on this bill, HB 1686. Our comments really touch on how HB 1686, the digital identification will integrate with automatic voter registration that was passed last session. Digital identification includes driver's licenses and government issued identification cards, and automatic voter registration provides that there shall be an opportunity to register to vote when you get a driver's license and an identification card. And because this is moving online or proposed to be moved online, we're not sure how this would move or interface with AVR. And further, according to the National Voter Registration Act of 1993, any motor vehicle transaction must be, a person must be provided with the opportunity to register to vote. And I just want to point that out to this committee. So thank you very much, and I'm available to answer any questions.
Okay, thank you, Sandy. Okay, up next we have Brent Bombach of NEC Corporation of America.
Aloha. Chair Kino, thank you for giving me the opportunity to testify. My name is Brent Bombach. I am representing NEC Corporation of America. NEC delivers information technology solutions for private, federal, state, and local government. We're proud to have a presence in Hawaii and of our work and our talented Hawaii workforce bringing cutting-edge technologies to the government and private sector. We're pleased to support HB 1686 relating to digital identification that you recently introduced, Mr. Chair, along with the Vice Chair. We commend you for considering this forward-looking program that could help Hawaii join more than 20 other innovative states who are considering or piloting or have launched digital driver's licenses. Digital ID solutions can improve the accuracy, efficiency, security of determining the identity, even in contactless and remote settings, which has become increasingly vital during the pandemic. Furthermore, several features in digital ID solutions, including their ability to empower ID holders to provide different amounts of personal information in different settings, can provide stronger privacy protections than traditional physical ID cards traditionally can. Recognizing these benefits, organizations like TSA are in the process of fielding capabilities to allow travelers to opt in to using a digital ID at checkpoints, reducing the need to exchange physical documents and making the security screening process faster and smoother. HB 1686 can set the stage to allow Hawaii residents to participate in programs like this if they choose to do so. I appreciate the opportunity to testify today. Mahalo.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, members, we do have late testimony from Doug Murdoch of Office of DTS. Can support with some comments. DOT.
Hello, Chair. DOT stands in support. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Deputy. Okay, any others wishing to testify that I might have missed? Seeing none, members, any questions? I have a quick question for the deputy.
Yes, Chair.
Okay, so there was a comment regarding adding AVR, or to clarify that AVR should be included as part of this pilot. Is that something that you guys are okay with?
Absolutely. I think when we looked at the legislation and started working with the city on this pilot, we just assumed it would be flowed into it, but we were happy to include it.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, also, Deputy, there was some comments made about the Real ID Act portion, whether to include it or not. You have any comments on that?
At this point, I'd be more comfortable that it's not included. I like that the bill kept it out of that piece at this time to make sure that when we move this forward, we can set up the system and understand its processes to ensure that we'll fulfill the Real ID requirements.
Okay. All right, thank you very much, Chair. Okay, Vice Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Quick question, Deputy Stefan. For the data collection, do we have our own data house, or are we going to put it in the cloud? Has there been discussions on that?
The city at this time runs the program for the entire state, the city and county of Honolulu. They do an amazing job. Actually, to tell you the truth, they're more advanced than most of the states are right now. So they've set us up perfectly for a system like this. They've already set up the data sets. They control it for all counties through the city and county of Honolulu. So the data sets are ours. We own them. I mean, we, the state, through the city, own them. It's all set already. We wouldn't have to build anything additional for this effort.
Awesome. Great, great project.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, members, any other questions? Yes, seeing none, we're going to recess for decision making. Okay, thank you very much. Reconvening our 10:30 agenda for decision making. Okay, up first we have House Bill 1412, our first of three abandoned vehicle bills. Okay, members, the recommendation is to move this as a House Draft 1 with some technical amendments. Okay. If Vice Chair, you had a comment?
Yes. Thank you, Chair. I just want to make a comment. And first of all, I just want to say I'm greatly thankful for the partnership that I had with the chair to work on these abandoned vehicle package. I really appreciate his help and guidance through the effort, as well as his staff during this time. I also want to say thank you to the abandoned vehicle coordinators that were working with me throughout this step in Maui, Kauai, Oahu, and the Big Island. And the council mayors coming together in support. Mayor Victorino, who chairs, has been very helpful in leading that effort, as well as the council members from different areas. I really appreciate their help. And thank you as well to the community who came out, even the Democratic Party who wanted to participate in the effort came and shared their input, as well as community organizations like Big Island Thieves, who are always watching out for abandoned vehicles and fighting against crime on the Big Island. So I just want to thank all these different groups because they have been very imperative of making this happen and to where we are now. So I just want to give them thanks, and I appreciate all their help during this process.
Okay, thank you, Vice Chair. This has a long ways to go, so, but thank you very much for your comments. Okay, House Draft 1, Vice Chair.
Thank you. The recommendation of the chair is to pass HB 1412 with amendments. Chair votes aye. Vice Chair votes aye. Representative Clark.
Aye.
Representative Hashimoto.
Aye.
Representative Kitagawa.
Aye.
Representative Lopresti.
Aye.
Representative Nakamura.
Aye.
Representative Takumi. Excuse. Representative Matsumoto.
Aye.
Recommendation is adopted. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, thank you, members. Okay, moving on to the next measure, House Bill 1413. Okay, second bill. Okay, regarding abandoned vehicles, members, the recommendation is to move this as a House Draft 1 with some technical amendments. Any questions or concerns, members? Seeing none, Vice Chair.
Thank you, Chair. The recommendation of the Chair is to pass HB 1413 with amendments. Chair votes aye. Vice Chair votes aye. Representative Clark.
Aye.
Representative Hashimoto.
Aye.
Representative Kitagawa.
Aye.
Representative Lopresti.
Aye.
Representative Nakamura.
Aye.
Representative Takumi excused. Representative Matsumoto.
Aye.
8 ayes, 1 excuse. Measure recommendation is adopted. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, thank you very much, members. Moving on to House Bill 1414. Okay, relating to the repeated offender bill regarding abandoned vehicles. Okay, members, the recommendation is to move this as a House Draft 1. Vice Chair, any comments on the recommendation or your recommendation, please?
My recommendation is to change the first, second, and third to third, fourth, and fifth.
Okay, Vice Chair, so this is in regards to the offenses, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. Members, also, we're adding some technical amendments and an effective date of July 1st, 2050. Any questions or concerns? Thank you very much, members. Vice Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The recommendation of the Chair is to pass Bill 1414 with amendments. Chair votes aye. Vice Chair votes aye. Representative Clark.
Aye.
Representative Hashimoto.
Aye.
Representative Kitagawa.
Aye.
Representative Lopresti.
Aye.
Representative Nakamura.
Aye.
Representative Takumi excused. Representative Matsumoto.
Aye.
8 ayes, 1 excused. Recommendation is adopted. Thank you,
Okay.
Chair.
Thank you very much, members. Moving on to House Bill 2382 relating to toll truck pricing. Members, we're going to defer this measure. Okay, moving on to House Bill 1632 relating to highways. Okay, this would set weight limits and establish user fees on certain highways on Maui, among other things. Members, the recommendation is to move this as a House Draft 1. Okay, we're gonna make a few changes. Okay, regarding e-scooter height, we're gonna add some clarification language there. Okay, we're gonna add also some technical amendments. Make this effective July 1st, 2050. And in the committee report, we're gonna add DOT comments regarding federal highway guidance that we're waiting for regarding these fees. Okay. Members, any questions? House Bill 1632. Seeing none, Vice Chair, House Draft 1.
Thank you, Chair. The recommendation of the Chair is to pass HB 1632 with amendments. Chair votes aye. Vice Chair votes aye. Representative Clark.
Aye.
Representative Hashimoto.
Aye.
Representative Kitagawa.
Aye.
Representative Lopresti.
Aye.
Representative Nakamura.
Aye.
Representative Takumi is excused. Representative Matsumoto.
Aye.
Chair, you have 8 ayes. Recommendation is adopted. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, members. Moving on to House Bill 1688. Okay, relating to vehicle registration. Members, the recommendation is to move this out as is. Okay. Any questions or comments, members? Seeing none, Vice Chair, unamended.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The recommendation of the Chair is to pass HB 1688 unamended. Chair votes aye. Vice Chair votes aye. Representative Clark.
Aye.
Representative Hashimoto. Representative Kitagawa.
Aye.
Representative Lopresti.
Aye.
Representative Nakamura.
Aye.
Representative Takumi is excused. Representative Matsumoto.
Aye.
8 ayes and 1 excused. Recommendation is adopted. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you very much. And the last measure, House Bill 1686, relating to digital identification. Members, the recommendation is to move this as a House Draft 1 with the following changes. Members, we're going to change the bill language to be amended to reflect session laws versus a change in statute. Okay. Also, we're going to add language to include ETS to assist DOT. Okay, also, we're going to try and address the concerns that Common Cause had to clarify that voter registration should be included in the pilot with an effective date of July 1st, 2050. Technical amendments and the repeal date would be on June 30th, 2025 to allow 3 years, up to 3 years, okay, for this pilot. Okay, members, any questions or concerns? Okay, House Draft 1, Vice Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The recommendation of the chair is to pass HB 1686 with amendments. Chair votes aye. Vice Chair votes aye. Representative Clark.
Aye.
Representative Hashimoto.
Aye.
Representative Kitagawa.
Aye.
Representative Lopresti.
Aye.
Representative Nakamura.
Aye.
Representative Takumi is excused. Representative Matsumoto.
Aye.
You have 8 ayes and 1 excused. Recommendation is adopted. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you very much, members. We're adjourned.